Hello Facebook, it's Reid from readaboutsex.com, also creator of Sex Geek Summer Camp. As you sign in today, let me know where you're signing in from, and I don't know, just kind of sharing a little bit of a somber mood. One of our sex educated peers, specifically in the Tantra world, we lost her this past weekend, and I was also coming back from having been in Denver, Colorado, Boulder specifically, to do a celebration of the life of Larry Garland, who's the co-founder of Eldorado, which was a big distribution company for sex toys and adult toys and stuff, and just hundreds of people gathered and flew in to celebrate Larry, and then to get some sad news about a peer, Isadora, if any of you knew her or know of her. So, I've been on the phone today and talking to people. A lot of people just wrestling with sadness and grief and the surprise of losing people that we didn't think we were going to lose. Not that any of us have weird ideas about immortality or whatnot, but it's just the surprise of it. And the big thing that came out of Larry's celebration, and thank you everybody at Eldorado and for Larry's family who put it all together. I realized how much I needed to sit with a bunch of people and just kind of celebrate and talk about Larry. And he was somebody that I didn't know very well, but I knew really quickly, and he impacted me deeply and very, very greatly, just as a businessman and as a person who really gave a flying fuck about people in general. And the few conversations I had with him really touched me deeply and impacted me in how I looked at the world and how I looked at being a successful business person and designing, a business that really tries to honor and train and empower people. And, so to just hear the stories and to celebrate Larry's impact, and that he, left us very quickly and suddenly, and no one expected it. And then to have this kind of thing happen with Psalm, somebody again whom I didn't spend a lot of time with, but had some really great deep moments with and felt a lot of kinship to. So the thing that came out of Larry's celebration was another peer, just really kind of resonated this message of call each other. If you shared somebody in common who's left us, whether it was sudden or expected or whatever, if you share those common bonds, let's use that as an excuse to reach out to each other more frequently. And then for those of you who are super networkers and know tons of people, don't beat yourself up that you can't call everybody. Just pick one person a week. For those of you who really love having favorites, then call your favorite person once a week, or once a month or something. I think that's kind of how I'm wrapping my head around and wrestling with, the grief and also the privilege of knowing people, because we're not all going to be around forever. And some of us, we might not even be in the industry for a long time. We may come and go, do our work, be bright shining stars, and then move on to whatever other industry. And as somebody, for me right now, I think I'm going to stick to sex and relationships and intimacy for a long time. I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for people like Larry, and all the other friends and mentors and peers who've influenced my life, and then all of the the peers that I'm standing on the shoulders of. That I even get to do what I do and pay my bills is extraordinary, and that wasn't always like this. And our industry as sex educators, as workshop facilitators, as people who empower people around intimacy, it's a privilege to get to do what we do and be who we be for people. And the more that we can encourage each other to stay connected and stay healthy, and feel like we're not alone. I mean, it's not going to guarantee or prevent every bad situation or accident or surprising thing from happening, but I do think for when we're feeling down, it's going to be important to know that we're not alone. And so, what I'm going to say is what Kim told me at Larry's event, which was pick up the phone, call each other every once in a while, which is also, I think, a loose quote of something Larry used to say. So for all of you who are wrestling with grief or sadness or surprise, even if it's somebody who left us a long time ago, I think it's okay to call each other and check in and see how we're doing. We're going to need more of that in our community and in our industry as we continue to grow and have new people come in, and have other people retire or shift careers. And I just want to say, even, for me right now, just knowing that I have you all digitally to share with and, get on Facebook, and, it took me a couple of minutes to figure out what I wanted to talk about today. And, what's alive and real for me right now is that. And I hope that, I could share that in a way that was appropriate and, share something that was useful. And again, I don't know that we always have to share, these pearls of wisdom or gems all the time. I think sometimes just getting on the phone or on Skype or, Facebook Live or Snapchat or whatever you're doing to stay connected to each other and not feel alone, then I think that's worthwhile. And it's okay for, not every video has to be a winner. Not everything you say has to turn into a pithy bumper sticker or bullet point. But I do appreciate everybody that I get a chance to meet, and those of you that I follow on Twitter or Instagram, or that I meet because somebody retweeted you and I never knew that you existed. I really appreciate you all being out there, and I appreciate the struggle of trying to help people feel more empowered around sex and intimacy. It is not easy, and I certainly have a lot of privilege being a cisgendered white guy and who's also an extrovert. But our industry, we need to figure out how we can help each other and pick each other up, and just check in every once in a while, and just so we don't feel alone. So, not putting any weird pressure on you to always stay in touch with everybody. And as Jimmy Buffett wrote famously in one song, if the phone doesn't ring, it's me, because we can't stay in touch with everybody. But do what you can to find the people that you want to surround yourself with so that we don't feel alone. And I certainly appreciate that. So share this video, share it with a sex geek, with a workshop facilitator or somebody, and think about who you want to call this week, okay? Even if it's just a text or a silly meme or a GIF. I think it helps. So that's it, everybody. Hit some emoticons on your way out, and hope as we get to the weekend, you all get some rest. Take care of yourselves, please. Take care of yourselves. Get some self-care in this weekend as well. All right, everybody. Feeling all emotional now. Thanks, everyone. Bye.